All right, ladies, let's take a look at the three parts. So as an empowerment coach, we use this in empowerment coaching in order to get women to a place of greater emotional intelligence and being able to raise their vibrational or energetic emotional frequency. Because if we don't have that and we're living down there, we're going to get results down there. So when we're working with parts, sometimes it's easier to talk about the authentic versus the wounded. And so we look at archetypes. And so in my program, we spend a lot of time on archetypes because they are the personas or the masks that women have taken along with them through this ride called life as a way to survive or societal expectations. There's the people pleaser, the fixer, the busy bee, the prostitute, the victim, the saboteur, the wounded child, the perfectionist, right? Any one of those, we can kind of grab a hold of a bunch of them, right? They are divided into adult and child, right? So the adult ones are the mother role where we are overworking, over caring for, right? This is, let's use another color here. We are tired. We have been working and working our whole lives. We have been supporting, we're taking care of our kids at one end and often aging parents at another. We're keeping a household. We're often keeping a career or business going. There's a lot of expectations on us. We often say yes when we should be saying no. Boundaries are often an issue. We sometimes find that we're always feeling guilty or ashamed or even frustrated and angry where we are. So those are all of the mother archetypes. And those are really, really heavy. And this is the woman that knows what she needs to do to better her health, to better her body. She knows, and she just sees it like another to-do list because she has a big to-do list. And for her, another duty, it's a must, and she does it for a while. But then she finds that she's just too tired, she's resentful, or she doesn't have the time, she doesn't have the money, whatever it happens to be. Again, there's so much heaviness around this archetype and in this mother energy that a lot of us associate with. Then what happens is we get so friggin' tired of trying and failing and always having to extend ourselves, overextend ourselves for everybody else. Where's my me time? Or if we do take me time, we sabotage it because we feel guilty, right? And we fold up everything and go back to our role. But what happens is we often rebel. And when we rebel, we go the other way over into child energy, right? And child energy is where we say, damn it, I'm tired. I don't want to go to the gym, or I want that cake and I'm going to eat it. Or weekends come around and we just do a crash feed for 2 days. We're on a diet and we do good for a while. And then all of a sudden, poof, it all just goes away because we just don't like the restriction. It doesn't feel good. It's painful. I want to have fun with my friends. Why am I on another diet again? Why isn't my body complying? Or this whole thing around aging, it's not fair. We go into blaming and complaining. That energy too is very heavy and dark, and it's just a rebellious energy. And then sometimes we're like, ooh, got to smarten up. I'm getting older now. Go back. Go find another trainer. Go find another food plan. We really got to get this thing going here. I got to step back in as an adult. And this is the adult that's going, okay, wake up here. So we try again. But guess what? After a while, we feel the same tug because nothing's changed and we go over here. So this is a lateral move where there's no change in energy. It is a habit. And this habit in itself becomes the very resistance and the pattern that a lot of women live through for decades. Try. Oh, screw it. Let's just throw caution to the wind. Ooh, let's go back. Try. And this is where they live. This is the wounded self. This is being checked out from our emotional resources. Not to say they don't feel, because they do feel, but the feelings that they're feeling are not empowered and enlightened feelings. So what we need to do is break that chain, break the pattern, and create a new way. This is where we look at self-limiting beliefs. We look at conditions and conditionings and patterns, and we look at what's really keeping you stuck. What's really going on here? We go into the emotional landscape. We start looking at where you're resonating. What is the story behind that? Well, I always fail. Is that true? Have you failed as a mother? You've maintained a house. You've maintained a job. You've raised 3 kids. Is that true? Well, no, I always fail at that. What's underneath the failure? What is the feeling? Unworthiness. Don't deserve it, right? Once we get to that place, we're giving the feelings validation. This is what scares people, guys. But unless you do, they're going to stay there anyways. And then all the different events and circumstances just pile on top of that feeling of unworthiness and make it bigger and bigger and bigger. And then it's never about one event. It's just this big, massive pile of, oh, the body goes, I know that feeling. I'll throw that in there too. And you've got this big mound of guilt or shame or unworthiness or anger or frustration, whatever it is, because like attracts like. So unless you feel it and clear it out, it's going to stay there. And this is where the empowerment coaching is vital. And we're working from the heart, not the head. We're in the feeling of it. Because down here is in the head. Down here is in the wounded self. It's all in the intellect because it's safe in the intellect. Often people with the most education, I love you PhDers. I think you're fantastic. I'm not one. But sometimes the safety is in the head. People who teach for a living, the safety is in the intellect, right? It's not what gets you in trouble. It's not you're thinking about something. It is the feeling that is keeping you there. I don't want to feel this. I'm going to ricochet over here. Oh, I don't want to feel this. I'm going to do what I think I need to do and back over here. There's no light in it. There's no joy. There's no inspiration. So this is where the work of empowerment coaching, and it's fast. I've had people in therapy for years, and they say 3 sessions of empowerment coaching got me to a place where I reframed, where my perspective changed. I had a different set of glasses. I saw things differently, and I shed the heaviness of all of this in the wounded self. This is the authentic self, guys. This is where we're supposed to be living from. And when we're living from this place, we are managing our emotional state. We're not scared of it. How can you be scared of emotions, right? You should be scared of not feeling, or you should be scared of being caught in this negative back and forth that so many people are living in. And once you find that little bit of freedom, you want more. It's like, this is empowered woman. She's grounded. She's strong. She's centered. She's present. She's aware. She's courageous. This is where it doesn't matter about the food becomes food again. The weight naturally comes off. It naturally comes off because the body is in alignment with its emotional state. The biochemistry and the feelings are one, guys. Body and brain is one. That is the nervous system. And when it's out of sync, you're in misalignment, right? You are in resistance. As long as you're living in resistance, what resists persists. And our habits, our thinking habits, our patterns, our beliefs, unconscious beliefs, which are 95% of our beliefs, by the way, is in the subconscious. They need to be given a kick, right? Given a kick by somebody in the know who knows how to give the kick. And that's usually somebody who lived like this, yes, for a long time and decided, I don't want to live like this anymore. This is not living. This is surviving. This is torture. This is struggle and suffering. This is what so many women have been living in around their aging, their body, their weight, their how they walk through this life. And they're just in struggle and suffering, and there's no joy. And as you get older, there's even less of it. That's not how we're supposed to live. Most of you listening to this podcast are halfway through your life. It's time to get on with it, right? This is where we're supposed to live from. This is a possibility, but this requires a different approach. It's not therapy. It's not counseling. It is weaving it into the fabric. And so this is why in my work and with my team, we weave in the fitness, the food, and the mindset as one. It's not what you do, because it's not outside of yourself. It's who you are. And when it becomes and lives in who you are, there is no strain because it's your normal. It's who you are. That's how us women are supposed to walk about this earth. It's how we're supposed to have walked about this earth ever since birth. But life kind of took us out. It's time we came back in and lived the second half of our life in a healthy, lean, strong, shapely body with a great relationship with food and a desire and an inspiration to live from the 30,000 foot view. Okay, you guys, it's possible. Be well all. Take care.